Welcome to an episode of Rap Reviews where we analyze. No, I gotta fucking wait. Stop looking at me, man. Welcome to an episode of Rap Reviews where we analyze your favorite rap tracks. And
try not to look at Chris right now.
I'm Chris.
I'm Kewan.
And I'm Ray 3000.
Yo, I'm Alan.
And I don't think you guys are going to be able to guess the track that I chose, but I'm going to give a bit of a clue.
Okay.
It's a New York rapper, which I know doesn't
narrow down too much.
His birth name was Dante Terrell Smith.
Ooh.
I don't think that's not even his like official name. He's actually changed his name since then.
Oh, okay.
So this is his name now is Yasin Bey.
Oh yeah,
Mos
Mos
Def.
Def.
Yeah.
So what? He was born what? Sorry.
Dante Terrell Smith.
Okay. I feel like I probably should have known this.
Oh, but what's the song? Mathematics?
Nope. It's not a very well known. It's not one of his most well known.
Auditorium.
Nope.
They were pretty well known ones that we just threw out there. Yeah.
It's from the album The Ecstatic, which is the 2009 album.
There's a lot of tracks on that.
There
Chris.
is.
We could be guessing all night, unless Romana, you want to take one
It's the
other.
13th track. On
I
the
don't
album.
even have the balls to take a stab right now.
No,
It was
just give it to
produced
us.
by Madlib.
Cool. He's done a bit of producing in his day, hasn't he? He's a pretty
Yeah, he
underground
has.
producer.
The track is called Revelations.
Okay. Oh, I think I've heard that.
It was actually it became more popular because they used it in the Dave Chappelle special recently. on
Oh, the
Netflix.
recent one.
Yeah,
Good specials.
yeah, it is. So look, I tried to find information about this track. It was actually really hard, but I found if we talk about like I found a bit about what the track, like the theme of the track is, and I thought if I mention that, then maybe that'll really like help you guys in sort of figuring out. All of
give us a
figuring
bit
out.
of guidance,
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah,
So
for sure.
the track is sort of based on Afrocentrism, which is like the cultural ideology that focuses on the history of black Africans, focuses on African American history, but also it's linked to the history of Africa.
Okay.
So
That's a lot to take in.
I feel like that's gonna, and this album is like really like quite political. Like it sort of dives into a lot of things like sort of like black internationalism and pan-Islamic ideas. He's actually a Muslim himself, so
Is that why he changed his name to?
I feel like, I mean, I don't want to just like assume that, but
It's like Cat Stevens with the use of Islam.
Yeah,
Well, didn't he convert?
he did.
But I think now he's gone back to being known as Cat Stevens again.
Really? He
Recently.
actually,
Do you reckon that's a branding thing? Do you reckon his
I don't know,
label
man, because
got the
I
better
know
of him?
that when he'd come to like Australia, he would advertise himself as Yusuf Islam, and I guess there'd be a number of people out there who would want to go see Cat Stevens, but they didn't know that his name is now Yusuf Islam.
Well, that's like Mos Def when he played his most recent shows in Australia.
He
came
was
back
under
as Yaz and
Yasin Bey. He played with Common, right? We were there.
No, I thought he was. He was performing as Yasin Bey that time.
Yeah.
I guess that just separates the true followers from those who are just tagging along for the ride.
yeah.
I guess, yeah.
Fair weather followers.
Have you seen his movies as well?
I've seen a bunch of them, like what is it? Big Time Rewind, and
Yeah, and he was the cop on The Woodsman.
yeah,
He
in.
was also like a preacher in Dexter season 6 or 7.
Yeah.
He's in
The Italian Job.
Italian Job.
Yeah.
Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Yeah,
He's in that.
he's done quite a bit of acting.
Talented
He's a good
dude.
actor, man.
Yeah.
I quite like him. Like he's got a different charisma about him.
Yeah, for sure.
He also voices Gangstalicious on the Boondocks.
That's true.
Yeah.
He's got such a smooth voice.
He
Yeah.
does. Oh,
Yeah.
it's-
Yeah.
whew. Have you ever seen that thing with the Chappelle Show? I think it's the first episode where they're just driving around, and Moss is just, or Yasin or whatever. You know, he's just freestyling as Dave drives the car.
Oh, really?
It's so cool. I think he's in the
I
first.
don't remember this.
first
you mean the
episode-
Chappelle Show?
Yeah,
Oh,
you know,
okay.
because you got those really cool musical
Yeah,
performances where like Dave would just basically be hanging out with the rappers.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was like the first one they did.
Oh, wow. Okay, I definitely have to check that out.
That's cool. Yeah, you could always watch those 2 seasons or 3.
All right, so this album sort of uses a lot of Afrobeat, soul, jazz, Latin, and Middle Eastern music as well. So there's a lot of influences. So
You've really done your research, Chris.
Yeah.
I'm
well,
impressed.
I felt like I had to do a lot of research about the album because there was hardly anything about the
song
track
itself.
itself. So I thought if we research the album and the premise behind it, maybe that will help us lead to what the track is about.
Alan, have you got Genius up?
Yeah.
And do we have much on Genius?
There's not much, eh?
Not really. It's not like huge amounts of information. It's like more like what stuff is kind of thing.
Well,
Okay.
feel free to jump in anytime anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever.
All right, cool. Let's get it
All
started.
right. So the intro bit goes Revelations, Don't Stop, Keep On, Sunshine, Ecstatic, Flacco Boogeyman. And then it goes into the next two lines, which is standing in the sun, getting black as I want. You playing good, man. That ain't backing me up.
Ooh. Standing in the sun, getting as black as he wants.
You playing good, man. That ain't backing me up.
So when he says getting as black as I am, is that like a two meaning line that like if you stand out in the song long enough, you're going to become
More tanned.
blacker in color? Yeah,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
also maybe he's just trying to thwart. No, thwart's not the word I'm looking for. Like project his blackness, his Afrocentrism. Is that the term that you just defined to us?
Afrocentrism, yeah.
Mm.
I mean, I don't want to now look at every line like there's some sort of like Afrocentric thing behind it. But I wouldn't be surprised if that's what it meant. It could be like a double meaning, sort of like
Yeah.
the obvious, obviously being out in the sun, blah blah blah. But obviously, like also being proud and just being out there, being
Flaunting it.
Flaunting
not,
it in a
not
good-
flaunting it,
No.
flaunting it. What am I
Flaunting.
thinking about?
Flaunting.
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Got a bit of that mic nervousness.
It's a Friday night, guys. Give us a break.
It's true. It's been a long week. We're all working boys.
And I'm not sure the second line was like, "You playing good, man. That ain't backing me up."
Yeah, I don't get that part.
I feel like maybe he's like impersonating somebody else, being like, "Yeah, you playing good, man," and he's like, "That ain't backing me up. Like that's not enough for me. Like I want to do more than that." I mean, that's
Yeah.
my take on it. But
That's a good take.
Or maybe like this is just going completely out there. Like people playing good man, like they say that they're for civil rights and racial equality, but in reality they just keep those cogs of the machine going that keep African American people oppressed.
yeah, maybe
That's
that
an
could be
interesting
it.
thought. I was
It's
thinking
very-
maybe that sun. I know if you have blacker skin, it's harder to get sunburns. So
Like,
Actually,
I guess so, yeah.
the standing in the sun getting black as I want line, it's a reference to like even within African American culture, like lighter skinned black people are seen as like more attractive or more like it's a preferred like
oh, okay.
thing. So he's what he's trying to say is like he's gonna get more black, kind of like because he's proud of his blackness, kind of
Yeah.
thing.
Oh, yeah. That
Yeah.
that makes a lot of
Okay.
sense.
Yeah.
So like kind of shying away from the ideal makeup or like the what's shone in the light as being the most attractive version of
Yeah.
African American.
Yeah.
Instead, he wants to just go back to his roots.
Yeah,
he's
I-
proud of his blackness. He's
and-
embracing it.
I
Yeah.
think he's saying it doesn't really matter like what color you are as well. Like I mean, this is who I am, and I'm proud of it, and I don't care. Like I'm proud to be black, and just deal with it.
Just
Just
what do you mean? Just deal with it.
Well, Moss,
Yeah,
you'll
just
get
deal
you'll
with
get
it,
no
yeah.
arguments here. Like,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah. All right. So the next part is Skywalker baby ain't no jacking my hem. I got a whole lot to say, so I ain't talking to them.
Jacking my hem, did you say?
Yeah, I'm not really sure what it refers to hem.
Hem.
Like,
The only hem I know is what you do to like jeans.
yeah.
You know
I'd
what?
just like to point out that the lyrics are different on Genius.
Really?
Is this going
This
to happen
fucking
every
happens
time?
every time.
Yeah.
Well, tell us what the genius lyrics
Over
are.
here it says Skywalker baby ain't no jack in my hammer.
Skywalker baby ain't jacking my hammer.
Ain't no jack in my
Ain't no
hammer.
jacking my. So is he referring to Luke Skywalker?
Maybe.
It does actually say
Ain't no-
Skywalker, as in
Yeah.
like Star Wars Skywalker. What the?
Or just like he's on cloud nine. He's really happy.
Yeah.
It could be that.
Yeah. And don't take it away from me.
Yeah.
Because jacking means to take
it-
something.
Yeah, to steal. Yeah. So that could
Yeah,
that
that's-
could work.
That sounds about right.
Actually, yeah. That works way better than what I'm reading. This is I'm not using this source ever again. I don't even know what this is. Look, I'm going to keep going with this, but I mean,
Yeah,
you
that's
tell
cool.
me if it's like completely
If
different,
Yeah.
which that one was. Yeah.
All right. We nailed that.
Nailed that one.
we nailed Alum's version. We don't know.
No, I don't know what's
Is
going on
Genius
here.
probably the most credible source in this kind of?
I don't know.
field?
Do a lot of rappers release official
Well, that's
versions of
that's
their
what I was
lyrics?
thinking the other day. Like, do they? And then do people just like listen to it and go, "Oh yeah, I think this is what it means," and they
Well,
just put it
usually
up?
when you like buy like a physical version of an album, like a CD or something, or a vinyl, they usually have like a leaflet with like the lyrics or something in it.
yeah,
That's true.
Those would
yeah.
be
Yeah.
official, but the ones that don't come with that leaflet, I think it's just users out there that
Yeah.
put it up online.
Yeah.
yeah.
But then it's like with rap, I find a lot of the time, like the bigger known artists will definitely have all their lyrics up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then underground guys generally don't.
But I feel like Mos Def definitely isn't. Yeah, definitely isn't.
He Mos Def.
He most definitely ain't, like,
Underground?
Underground.
No,
like,
no, I don't think so.
So,
Very well known rapper.
Very well known. Free, yeah.
Yeah.
Rapper actor. You know another show he's in actually is no, that's Common. Damn it. I was gonna say
You're confusing the two ever since we saw them in the same gig.
but they're very different looking and sounding and everything. I just Common.
two
They're also,
completely
but to be
different
fair, they both do quite a lot of acting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Common was.
But I
very
mean,
similar.
like 50 Cent acts as well, you know?
But I think Common and Moss are better.
Oh, yeah. no,
Actually,
for
I don't
sure.
want to say that.
And
I haven't seen all-
Common and Mos collaborate together, so
Yeah.
it's kind of easier to group them together. I
Yeah.
see where you're coming from,
Wait,
Romano.
did
Yeah.
you guys go to a show where they both,
played. Yeah,
both
they're,
Yeah.
played together?
they're
Yeah.
fucking really good as
Oh,
well.
wow.
Two of the better hip hop.
How long ago was this?
It's like probably 3-4 years ago.
Yeah, about that.
Okay, nice.
Good times.
Great show.
All right, so the next bit is I hear knees dropping. I turn it up louder. Black freedom, black genius, black power.
So knees dropping means to respect or worship
Yeah.
someone or something. So maybe he's talking about his fans and people that adore the music. Maybe.
And I turn it up louder, meaning
Yeah.
like I'm going to keep
So he's
bringing
playing.
it,
He's
yeah.
playing to them,
Yeah.
and the last two lines that you said, he kind of again talks about his proudness of
Yeah.
being black.
Black freedom, black genius, black power.
Mm.
And he's just saying that he's an incredibly smart man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he is like he's
Yeah,
he's
so
great.
so talented.
Yeah. I've never acted in anything
Yeah, or rapped.
or rapped for that matter. Yeah.
Have you ever freestyled on Dave Chappelle?
I wouldn't even dare. I wouldn't even
Oh,
dare.
I
to.
wouldn't-
Could you give us a freestyle now, Chris?
No, I will not be doing that, Kieran. And fuck you for pointing that out.
I'll give it a shot.
Go.
Go.
Nah, I don't. Fuck that.
Alan, any takers?
Ooh, that silence.
He thought about it.
Yeah, he had the lips perched, ready to go. Couldn't quite carry through with it.
All right, so the next bit is black ink for printing the black dollar. Until I see CIA, I say now what?
Oh, man, you chose a hard one.
Well, maybe if I say this whole section together, because it kind of like rolls into another section.
yeah, go for it.
It may, maybe it'll make a bit more sense. But so black ink for printing the black dollar. Until I see CIA, I say now what? And CC is central bank. Loose change, body slamming, big money tanks.
Ooh. Well, but with the black ink thing, this is an idea. The country was built on slavery and
Yeah,
all that kind of stuff.
yeah,
So he's saying that like they're embedded, they're part of the American culture down to
Yeah.
even the currency itself.
they were the one. Like African Americans or some of the people that like really contributed in making America. For
Well,
what
they
it is
built
now.
a lot
They
of
built it.
yeah, a lot of the
Yeah.
country, especially in the early days.
Yeah, and a lot of that sort of doesn't get, I guess, talked
Acknowledged.
about.
Yeah.
Acknowledged. Yeah, I'd say we're I'd
And
say
then it
that's-
ties back to I don't know how corruption is continued. Banks just want to get
Or how-
self-interested.
How African Americans are still exploited
That's
in
true.
a sense for like their money making ability.
yeah. I think when he goes, until I see CIA, I say now what? And CC is central bank. Like CC in an email, you add
Yeah.
another person to that email, so you've got the CIA, and then now you can add the banks to that as well.
Oh, that's quite. Yeah, that
That's very white collar of Mos.
Yeah.
he's done a few.
He's sent a few emails. in
He's
his
sent
time.
a few bulk emails in his day.
CC Common.
And then loose change, body slamming, big money tanks. So maybe he's talking about the fact that they're all just after money.
Yeah.
Not just the banks, but the CIA, the government. It's all about just chasing that dollar. That really, yeah.
Well, the CIA they supplied like crack cocaine in America, right?
Yeah,
To,
yeah.
like,
that was actually proven as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah. He fully came out. Freeway Rick is his name, isn't it? Rick Ross.
Oh, you're talking about the guy that flew to Panama to pick up all the cocaine in the 80s?
Yeah, but he was G'd up by the CIA.
Yeah,
right?
like
Yeah.
backed by the CIA.
Yeah.
And there's, I don't know if it's a conspiracy or actually proven that.
Well, there's been
his-
so many documentaries at this point, right?
Part
Yeah.
of it was to bring crack cocaine to the impoverished neighborhoods
Yeah.
of Los Angeles, so that African Americans primarily would get hooked on crack cocaine, and they'd be like easily manipulated and put into jail and
That's like the
exploited for their.
That's like the conspiracy idea. But the definite thing that I think that the CIA has definitely acknowledged is the fact that they were doing it to make money on the side, basically, to fund operations. And it's not the first time that they basically sold drugs, heroin,
and
coke.
it's not the first time a government has, pushed drugs into another country or their own country to do something. You had like apparently I don't know how much of this is true. I mean, I heard that. It's been proven that Afghanistan, for example, used to pump like opium into Russia. Yeah, and that's why Russia now has a big sort of like heroin epidemic. Really? Like for years and years, like Afghanistan with their opium fields and stuff would send that into Russia because obviously
were they doing this during the Cold War when Afghanistan and Russia were fighting?
I think it was during that time, but even after the Cold War because it was like just a way to sort of, I guess,
weaken their
neighbor in case something was to happen again.
Yeah, it's just pump drugs into the area.
Yeah,
I guess all of us, if we had a bit of crystal meth on this table right now. 1 or 2 or 3 weeks in, would eventually say, let's just try this crystal meth.
No, I went to the life education van, and
That's
Harold the giraffe taught me that drugs are bad.
That's true. That fucking guy used to creep me out, though. I didn't like that at all. You just pop out.
He's the reason why you're on drugs.
That's probably, because I was like, fuck, I don't trust this guy. No one's questioning this giant giraffe talking to everyone right now.
I think the problem's the talking giraffe. What the fuck?
That giraffe was probably some guy that was just high on fucking acid one day. It's like, this would be a great way to discourage kids from doing drugs. Kids like giraffes.
Yeah, exactly.
So, how's working as a giant giraffe, Bob? It's like, it sucks. I got so stoned just to get through it.
All right, so the next line is, we tell God thanks. You're telling us God don't rank. That's why your breath stank. Yuck.
Oh, okay, so... He's a religious person.
Yeah, I think he is. Like, I think he's quite a big, advocate for like pan-Islamic sort of ideals. Apparently,
what's the difference between Islamic ideals and pan-Islamic?
I think pan-Islamic ideals are like the idea. I don't know. I'm sure Alam, you'll be able to probably come into this a bit more. But isn't it the idea of like all like Muslims sort of banding together, like as one, sort of under one nation, pretty much.
Yeah, to a certain extent, because like historically, like the Muslim world, like the countries existing now in the Muslim world, like the Middle East and stuff, they're new countries. They're not countries that existed in the old Islamic countries. That spent most of their time within like larger empires.
Yeah.
So so there's always been like this thing about like Islamic countries being more closer together, just because they're not like. The divide isn't as much between countries because they're used, like historically they've been like one.
Yeah.
Rather than Europe or something, which has historically been split between many smaller countries.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
So it's like I guess it's just bringing sort of the nation of Islam as one.
Yeah. Using religion to unite everyone.
Yeah. So I think because of that, obviously, I would think that he's a religious man and he believes in God.
Yeah, I think just the fact the name change alone.
Yeah.
There's got to mean something.
And maybe he's talking about posers, people who go up there and thank God, but they do something completely different.
So then they don't act in the way that God would like them to.
Yeah.
Or the way that the Bible or the Quran would teach.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I assume that's what it means, but that's what it seems like to me. Yeah. And then the next line is, lay off the bacon and smokes, quit laying off the good working folks, quit the hoax.
Well, bacon is forbidden in Islamic culture, is that correct?
But I mean,
it's also bad for you as well.
It is just generally bad for you.
Very
just like
processed
smoking as well. Yeah.
So it's like a vice. He's saying, stay off the vices, keep your head focused on the goal or whatever that goal is.
Yeah. Like I don't think that bacon bit is necessarily. I mean, it could mean something to do with not being able to eat bacon.
But I think
it's more of just not being. Yeah, like just be focused, be healthy.
Don't indulge.
Don't indulge in things that you don't have to indulge in. Yeah, that's what I reckon.
Yeah, I think you got it there.
And then the next bit is and lay off the corny color jokes, consciously populate the colors they won't. you big dope, yuck.
Okay.
Is this most saying that people who make jokes against black people, even if they think it's harmless themselves, are actually still damaging to the culture and relations?
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. It's
The corny color jokes. Yeah, I think he's just saying, yeah, I think that's pretty much.
Yeah.
it.
Don't make jokes about. Well, I guess in that sense, you could say that about any form of like racism in a joking manner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, but specifically saying corny color jokes, like corny, like he's just like.
So
just
if it's a really well written black joke,
but I mean,
that's
I
okay.
guess it depends on the intention behind it as well. Like if it's like you don't mean to make offense, like it's actually like a well written joke to actually make you think and go, oh wait,
that's
like,
true. Yeah. Whereas
Yeah.
it's just an easy kind of grab.
stupid,
throw it,
corny, like
yeah.
joke that just has no thought behind it, and your whole sort of reason for like or intention of saying it is just to offend people. Then
Or or to
why?
get your friends or people around you to laugh
Like, what's the
at
point?
someone else's expense.
Cool.
Yeah.
I think we pretty much got that one down.
Yeah, nice.
I feel like we're crushing this. Like I was a bit
Yeah.
intimidated at the start, but
Don't speak too soon.
Yeah. We're still going.
We're still got a fair bit.
Most has a lot to say yet.
And he goes, keep them out of your face, keep him in your prayers. Either that, keep him in the crosshairs.
So who's he referring to as them? Is this like the enemy?
Still like the man.
I think it could be the man, it
The
could be
machine?
anyone who's, like a racist joke. Like
And to
anyone
keep
like-
someone in your crosshairs means to have your sights, like your physical gun sight, locked onto them,
Yeah.
ready to fire at any time.
Yeah. So I guess observe them, watch them, but be ready, be vigil.
Yeah. I think that's right on there.
Fuck, man, I'm telling you guys, crushing it.
Absolutely crushing.
We could be very wrong about all
we could
of
be
this.
we could have been completely wrong.
And we are like open to listeners emailing us.
We
Yeah.
have a Facebook page.
We
That
have a Facebook page.
And I
Message us and
yeah.
tell us what you think if you think we're completely off the mark, let us know.
just don't
Yeah.
be too hurtful when you say, don't come at us like you guys are fucking idiots. You fucking go die.
Because we will admit,
Be-
firstly,
be-
like we're not experts,
No.
we're not experts at all. We're going to get a lot of things wrong, and we know that. So
We're not experts. We just love
don't
hip hop
remind-
music, and
Yeah.
we want to understand it better. And hopefully, after listening to an episode or two of ours, you'll understand it better.
yeah. And I think to a degree it works. I've been ever since we've thought of this idea and doing this. I've been for not even just rap, but just music in general. I check lyrics a
yeah.
lot more now.
And I think like the worst case scenario is that we analyze a track, we get it 100% wrong, but it makes a conversation. It makes someone go, you know what, those guys were completely wrong. This track actually means this. And then
Yeah.
that gets spoken about, and then more people learn more about that track.
It actually
because of
makes
that.
people step up and spring into gear.
Yeah, it creates more of a dialogue
Yeah.
about it.
Although we'll still try and be right as
Yeah.
as
Of
much
course.
as possible.
Yeah. And the next bit is better still keep a even dose of each, because until you get justice, you won't get peace. And then he repeats peace quite a few times. Like a lot.
Peace, 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 peace.
So an even dosage.
How was that for a Mos impersonation?
Oh, it was great. I felt like Yaz and Bays in the studio with me right now.
Peace, yeah, man. He's got such a chill voice. I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
I'd never be able to be.
He's
cool
so
enough.
smooth, eh? Like,
Yeah. Oh man,
Fuck.
imagine hanging out with that guy.
Yeah.
If he's just so cool.
Yeah.
What would you do on a date with?
If I was
Yaz
on a
and
man
Bay?
date with Moss,
Yeah.
oh, I'd like, depending on how he feels about smoking weed and stuff. I don't know what he's like these days, but I'd love to just get ripped with him. Maybe go see a movie.
Yeah, I don't think
Yeah.
he does smoke weed.
anymore or never.
Well, not anymore.
You think that would fall
That's
in
fair
front
enough.
of the
I mean,
like
I guess
he mentions in this
indulgences?
track, he's like, lay off the smokes, man. If he's not smoking the ciggies, he's.
That's
he's
true.
not
Yeah,
smoking.
I'm
not
sure when he was
injections.
younger. Okay, but we don't have
Yeah,
to get
yeah.
high. We could just have a few beers, go see a movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably doesn't drink.
He might not
either.
even drink. Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Okay, sure.
Yeah.
All right, so we're just gonna.
Now we all know that Romano loves to overindulge.
Yeah.
I like to have drugs and alcohol.
I'm sure we could
especially
just.
when I'm bonding.
I'm sure
It's
we
the
could just
best
have
way
a
to bond.
conversation. You know.
Do you reckon he's into Molly? Like we could just do a bit of Molly?
He will be at least into Molly. That would
You
be
surely, like,
yeah.
or some acid. Oh, imagine tripping with I reckon you'd be
He
like
would-
8 hours in, you'd kind of forget that you're hanging out with Mos Def, and you're like, dude, wait, what am I doing? I'm tripping massive. with Mos Def right now."
I reckon you'd learn a lot just from hanging out with Mos, especially if you're on acid. I think that he would just completely give you a new perspective on life.
Totally. Him and because I know that they're buddies, Dave Chappelle and Mos Def, that would be rad. Imagine hanging out with the two of them together
Yeah.
and just seeing their banter. What would that would be like?
Oh man, it would be amazing. Like
Yeah.
that that would complete me. Like I could experience that, and then I could just say
Yeah, you
goodbye
just-
to the world. Yeah,
Just
that's
have
it.
that. I think for you, if we threw Bill Burr in there somewhere, you'd be.
Oh, actually, yeah. Throw Bill Burr in there, and then I would just for sure just tap out. That's it. Like, I'm just done.
I think Bill would really throw some crazy energy in there as well.
I would actually be really intimidated though, because I would be like, if Bill didn't like me,
Oh,
like,
it'd be hard.
yeah, I wouldn't be able to.
I'm the same way with like Dave Chappelle. Like my comedy,
Yeah,
like he's my favorite, and if I couldn't get his approval,
yeah,
I don't know what I'd do.
yeah.
I'd be.
But he'd probably give you the advice. You don't need anyone's approval. You just go out and do what you do.
Yeah, but I'd be like, but Dave, do you still like me?
That's all that matters right now. It's like,
Like, I get it, totally. Everyone else, let's do that. But right now, how do you feel about me?
Probably and ah for a little while, trying to avoid the topic.
Yeah. It's like, yo, I got to go to the toilet. All right, when you get back, let me know how you.
all right. So the next bit is that I'm not even going to attempt this because there's a bit where he kind of like sings these sounds. I'm going to call it sounds, but he
Like
pretty much goes.
Scat sings.
Well, after that bit when he goes, "'Cause until you get justice, you won't get peace." He goes, "The gunshots say," and then he just goes like,
May I try?
"Yeah, go for it." Yeah,
The
Alan.
gunshots say wah da da dang, wah da 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 dang, wah da 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 dang. Hey,
Fuck, poor energy all around with that one.
You know what? It's completely different to mine as well. This,
it was more about getting it through.
Yeah, okay. But
Alan-
you went with like the Microsoft Sam approach to it.
Points for trying at least.
and then the next bit is that they shout peace, peace, peace. They shout peace, peace, peace.
That's another thing he says very cool.
The firefight, yeah, the firefight lit, and then Alan.
Wah da da dang. Wah da 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 dang.
This is the
This
worst.
is terrible. It's terrible. I think that is pretty like. I think I don't think we need to go further into that, to be honest.
It might be bad, but it's accurate.
That's true.
Because mine didn't even say dang, man said day, D-A-Y. So
I think that's probably the low point of rap reviews when we're only in season 1.
so we'll just skip to the next bit. Like we'll just
There's
fresh
no
start.
more scat.
Yeah, no more scat.
Dry, lifeless scats from fucking Alum over here.
All right, so the next bit is rumors and rumors and rumors of war. Can I get better? Now what is it for? Or no, sorry, and now what is that for?
To keep the fear high, to keep the idea of the prospect of war around every corner.
Could be, implying that the government uses war to do what they want.
Yeah, I think to control the population to a
Yeah.
degree.
War has often been used as a way to rally the
Yeah.
population and stimulate economic growth. And
And when was the last time America wasn't at war?
Since forever basically.
Yeah.
They're just always into it.
I think maybe there was a 5-year period between 1945 and 1950. Like
Well,
between
after
World
World
War
War
II
One-
and the Korean War. I think
Yeah,
that was like a bit of
after
a thing.
World War One, they were like, "Yo, let's just tap out," and then
Yeah.
they got sucked into it.
But I feel like since World War II, it's just been like boom shakalaka. Like
Yeah,
it's
because
just been
even
non-stop.
in that period after that, between like World War II and Korea, they still had like troops like all over the world.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's true about uniting everyone. Look at Hitler.
Yeah,
He got everyone together. All the Germans.
it's true.
They're all bummed out after what happened in World War One, and it's like, guys, fuck it, let's just go back to war.
Let's just fucking do it again. Round 2, guys. Let's fucking do this shit.
But then there was a divide in the country itself.
Yeah,
So,
true.
I don't know.
so war inevitably leads to a large
it's very
divide.
temporary unification of
Yeah.
people.
Doesn't it make your economy better if you're at war?
Oh, absolutely. Like,
Well,
look at the baby boomers when they were born, which was like just after World War II. But World War II stimulated the economy after years
Yeah,
of the Great
true.
Depression.
Yeah, they were in a real slump.
They were,
It goes up if you win.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I would assume. Yeah.
Yeah, because like after the 1920s, America had kind of gone a bit mental with their cash, hadn't they? And it was like the first in the 30s. That was when the Depression started, wasn't it?
yeah. So you had like Black, was it Monday in October 1929? This is really testing my history.
It's been Did
my
you ever have
his-
Mrs. Roper?
I did have Miss Roper.
She was a great history teacher.
She
Shout out to
was.
Mrs. Roper if you're out there. I doubt you're listening.
See how far we've gotten?
Look at me now, Mrs. Roper.
Remembering facts that you taught me.
I think I remembered the most amount of history ever, though, from Mrs. Roper.
Oh, she was a great teacher.
She was a
no
really good
doubt
history
about that.
teacher.
She was stern.
Stern, very
but a
stern
great
lady.
teacher.
But that was what made it good, in a way. Like,
Mm.
made me have a real respect for history.
But anyway, where was I? So
Sorry.
Black Monday, October 1929, that's when like the stock markets crashed, and that
Yeah.
was like the start of the Great Depression, which then
Yeah.
lasted for almost a decade then before World War II came about, and war brings about the need for guns, clothes,
Yeah.
ammunition, all sorts of things.
Creates jobs.
Yeah, it's also
Definitely.
actually like very beneficial to. It has previously been very beneficial to women because men step out to war and women traditionally weren't allowed to fight on the battlefield. So then
Yeah.
they're given the roles of the working class male.
Yeah.
Do you reckon, like, when the first couple of wars and all the men would go around, the women would be like, "I fucking sick's this."
No, because I feel like there was a lot of men that stayed back. as
Yeah, like
well.
elderly and sick
Yeah.
and stuff like that. That's true. But there would have been a good proportion not around as much.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
And it's like,
And a lot of big proportion who just didn't come back as well, which is also a shame.
it's like, I hope my fucking husband doesn't come back. That guy's a real cunt.
Yeah. Really enjoy.
Die for your country.
So the next bit, I'm just gonna because I feel like it's it's quite straightforward. I'm gonna put it all together. So this is pretty much the end of the track. by the
Okay.
way. Yeah. So the next bit is, and more rumors and rumors and rumors of war. Killers just killing now what they kill for, and more rumors and rumors and rumors of war. Can I get better? Now what is that for? And more rumors and rumors and rumors of war. Revelations don't stop. Keep on.
I feel like there are some really deep lyrics behind
Yeah.
this that aren't coming to my head.
Killers just
Boys.
killing now what they kill for. I mean, that's obviously questioning war. Like, why are we going out there killing people?
And what was it, the other part about why do I even bother? Like,
Can I get better now? What is that for?
Yeah,
Like,
it's
can I
like-
get better? Yeah, can I get better?
so
Now,
it's
what is
like,
that
maybe
for?
that's like, even if individually we all get better, if there's still this idea of war out there and
Yeah.
it's something that's happening, that we will never actually be able to get better,
Yeah, as a nation,
It's
as a
futile.
peoples, yeah.
if you will, or if you quill.
And revelations don't stop. Keep on. I mean, the only thing I can think of, I don't know, maybe this is going way too deep, but I mean, like, what is the actual definition of Revelations? The only thing I know of Revelations is the Book of Revelations. Which
Has
is,
anyone here read the Book of Revelations?
I mean, it's pretty
Bits
much
and-
the apocalypse.
Bits and pieces. That's probably the
Yeah.
most interesting part of the Bible.
Yeah, like Genesis and that are probably
Yeah.
some of my favorites. we went to a Catholic school, so we were forced to read
Yeah,
quite a bit of
same,
this
yeah.
stuff. Yeah,
I
And
mean,
like-
Revelations was probably the most interesting book.
yeah,
Oh,
because
definitely.
that's
the,
what
the Four Horsemen.
And the dragon comes out. I mean, shit really happens,
fuck, man, if that ever kicks off, how lit is it going to be? Oh, I can't believe I just said lit. While it's
Shun
being
from
recorded.
this show.
Oh, man.
But I mean, like, it could just mean what the actual, just term of Revelations is. So
Revelations has two definitions. One is a surprising and previously unknown fact that has been disclosed to others, which is.
Revelation
Yeah.
being, okay.
Yeah.
And then the second one is to do with like the Bible and stuff, which is like the divine or supernatural disclosure of humans or something relating to human existence.
So they both relate to disclosure, information that's become public.
Yeah.
And maybe Mos or Yazan is talking about some information that the government or people in power are keeping from their underlings.
That's true. Like, if we work out why and how it's always happening, this idea of war, then we can get better. Is that
yeah, I think that's pretty much, yeah. I
shot in the dark?
Yeah.
I feel like that's pretty good.
I think you've done well tonight, Romano.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, you've really been on
I
fire.
don't
You
Red-
don't, you
I
don't
don't-
need Dave Chappelle to give you gratification. You
I
got
got you
us.
guys.
Yeah.
I had a Red Bull today. It's probably the first one I've had in about a year, and I feel jacked up. I feel
Nice,
like I've
man.
been doing a bunch of blow. That's how. So my mind is I'm firing on all cylinders right now.
So yeah,
Very cheap blow.
on that note.
Very cheap blow.
Yeah, well, thanks, guys, for listening. And we'd like to thank Radio Hub as well for letting us record here.
Yeah, thanks Radio Hub. We're going to give it a BPM score.
Oh, yeah. So beats per minute out of 500. Look, I really like the lyrics. I think they're like really.
Yeah.
I think they're easy for me anyway. I mean, maybe it's just my perspective, but I feel like they're easy to follow. They have a lot of meaning. It makes sense to me.
And it's a cool point, talking about like the whole idea of war and whatnot is interesting from a hip hop artist perspective. You don't really get that conversation that much.
Yeah.
No.
For me, I'm going to give it like, I know it's quite high, but I'm going to give it 450.
Fair.
Yeah.
I'll say 438.
Okay.
I'll go 430. I think there's not really too much I can bag. It was a little bit ambiguous to me at points, but I think that's also a good thing. Like, it lets you really kind of get lost in the lyrics and interpret it your own way. Like, I know that we've just tried to do our best to interpret it, but I'm sure there's many other ways that listeners out there could in fact see the way that he's rapping.
Yeah, it's like that. Have you guys watched Annihilation yet on
No,
Netflix?
I haven't watched it.
I've been meaning to. I've heard such good things about it.
It's good because you watch it and you just go, "What the fuck?" And then you want to watch it again just to. It's like the end of The Shining. You know, the end of The Shining when it fucking zooms in on his face, and you think like you've always been there. But there's just so many theories on what The Shining is about, and same with like it's the same idea. I think whenever if it's a little bit convoluted, it's kind of interesting.
Is it actually that good? Like
Annihilation?
Yeah.
I really liked it. It's like The Thing and Event Horizon kind of had a little baby.
Okay. Sweet.
Yeah, it was cool.
Alan, what's your BPM?
I agree with Chris. I'm going to give it a 450 as well. I really like the lyrics of this. So yeah, 450 for me.
All right. Awesome.
Cool beans.
All right. Well, thanks,
Universal praise.
Yeah, overwhelmingly positive from us, which it means everyone, right?
guys.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Well, it
we
is Mos
represent the
Def,
whole
who's
population.
Like a pretty like widely acknowledged, like everyone loves him kind of rapper. Like even if people don't really listen to him that much. Like
That's true.
Yeah. All right. Well,
Maybe one day we should do it. Everyone should do their top 5.
Okay.
Not now.
Not now.
Top 5 Mos Def songs.
No,
Top
top
5 hip-hop songs?
5 hip hop artists.
Ooh, that's tough. You need
'Cause
to
you
give
know,
me a
like-
few
That is
weeks to
really
think
tough.
about
I
that.
got a top
yeah.
5 I usually would pull out, but then I was like, thinking now that Moss isn't in there.
Because I think there's also a difference between what your top 5 is and what you think are the top 5. If that makes sense. Like, I feel like the top 5 for me are like tracks that like appeal to me in some way, but I don't
Yeah.
necessarily think those artists are the top 5.
Have you ever
best
seen the
in
movie Top 5 by Chris Rock?
No.
I think, Chris Rock did direct it. Yeah, but it's pretty interesting because like, it's about an alcoholic comedian who, but like throughout the movie, all of him and his friends and all the characters are asking each other what their top 5s are.
Yeah.
And everyone's is varied and different, which is kind of interesting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, thanks guys again for listening, and yeah.
Peace,
Until next
peace,
week.
peace, peace, peace.
Peace.
Ciao.
blessings.